This is for not bonking the gorilla.
I'm not your buddy guy. How's it going, everybody? It is I, your boy, Enigma Trash, back at it again, doing another Junkyard podcast, the show that has no direction, no upload schedule, and no quality control. Today we're using an Aston Stealth and an SM57, and I am joined by the one, the only...
211. Oh, Samador, Cowboy Sam. I have a lot of names, and I'm using a weird looking thing. And I've got my dog barking in the background. Little Frodrick himself is having a tantrum. He's having a field day because somebody's taken him away from his father for an hour.
Shout out to Frederick for letting me steal away his brand new father. So I like to start these things off with a very serious question, something to really get the brain molecules pondering and going. What's the point?
Usually the end of an object.
Well, shit. He's
Come on.
Fuck, man. He's done good.
How's your brain tingling?
I was meaning like overall. What's the point of life? What's the point in everything? Yeah, no, I did. I fucked up. That's on me. That's on me. So let's start off with this. I know Tyler or Vane TV, the man with no legs. I don't believe you know him. Do you?
Nope.
No.
I know. He reminds me of Palin. Was it Lieutenant Dan? Yeah, no legs, Lieutenant Dan's.
Yeah. Forrest Gump. So through him, I met Ryan Shep.
Big old Shep, buff carrot himself.
Because he wanted to use Teaser's Recording a Note Through Road as his intro music.
Which is an absolute banger of a soundtrack, just saying.
And, thank you. When I went to the show in which that debuted, was technically the first time I had met you, which didn't go as you would expect. So all I remember is there was this death match, right? Super hectic. Yep. There was glass everywhere.
Which I think they did get in trouble for that, yes.
I loved it, to be honest.
Oh, no, there was a fair few fans that were a bit upset there was glass and everything because they didn't really get told. And there was kids around, so they weren't really supposed to, but there was a lot of trouble in that one.
No, I can understand why. I mean, with how small the venue is compared to something like the WWE, something like that isn't... When you're in that kind of a place...
Well, usually with over 18 shows, that's when they bring out the glass and everything, so people kind of acknowledge that there is a risk to being in the crowd, especially you have light tubes, glass and everything flinging out in the crowd. You have some sort of responsibility going, glass is going to fling at me. I might get hit with them. So, but when you bring kids involved, like...
Yeah, I know for a fact that I was sitting at least 2 seats away from... I wouldn't put the kid over maybe 5. So anyway, post-show, I'm just staring at the carnage that was the ring. Just zoning off. Just looking straight past the guy who was standing there in front of the ring. And that happened to be you.
Yep.
And I didn't put 2 and 2 together because the person who I saw come out and wrestle with Ryan was this guy in makeup, this clown in makeup.
That one right there.
The one right there.
211. Which usually I talk like this, so it really doesn't help when I talk normally.
And, and then there's you just standing there, makeup's gone.
Yep.
Right. And this is my first show. I had no idea what I was getting into. And I think you said hi or something.
Yeah, I said, hey, how you going?
And I was like, hey. And I just kind of walked off.
Mind you, we did talk before when I had the makeup on and everything, and you were like, oh, buddy, bud. And then as soon as I took the makeup off, he's just like, which, look, don't get upset. You're not the first person that actually hasn't recognized me without face paint. One of my mates, Larry, amazing guy. He still messages me sometimes. After a show, he waited outside and wanted to meet 211. Apparently, he was his favorite wrestler. He's seen him online, loves his moveset, loves his character. And I said, oh, what are you waiting for? Like, I hopped outside, no makeup or anything. And he's like, oh, I'm waiting for 211. I really want to meet him. I'm like, really? You want to meet 211? Yeah, I really want to meet 211. He's one of my favorite characters. Love his work and everything. I'm looking going, how long can I get this joke rolling? We stood there for like half an hour to an hour talking about 211. I'm like, how about this? You seem like a nice guy. You seem like a very nice guy. How about this? I'll go get 2 of them for you. He's like, really? You get him? I'm like, yeah, if you stick out your hand, I'll go get him. And I said, the guy at the side wanting to shake your hand is out there waiting for you. He goes, awesome. Walked in front of him, turned around. I'm like, hi, bud. How you going? It seemed like you just told a child the Santa wasn't real.
Fucking hell.
He just looked destroyed, and it was fantastic. He just goes, you're an asshole. And I'm like, I still have residue of face paint. You didn't recognize me. Like,
You didn't have residue. You didn't have no face paint when
I've gotten a lot better.
Yeah, but fuck.
Wait till I wear red face paint. It stains and it looks like I've cried. And the amount of people that go, you were right to it. I'll go, they didn't have snacks backstage.
So, for those who are unappointed, Sam 211, Sampledore, Cowboy Sam,
Hey,
the
doing?
king of the scallop potato army, is a professional wrestler as well as a Twitch streamer.
Yep.
Part of the group Standardized Paradox, which that's how I know him because Ryan uses the teasers music for the intro song and went to that show. Didn't know that was him then, and then maybe like 5 months later is when I finally popped into a stream. Like, who the hell are these guys? So that's why we're here, because over the past, I'd say, what is it, 2 years? Less than 2 years? Year and a half? I'd like to say we've gotten to know each other somewhat okay.
Yeah. You actually recognize me now, so which is great.
Yeah.
I'm loving every moment of it. I don't get looked of, who the fuck are you? Now it's you.
Yeah. It's a bit of a bitch that I had to drive 3 hours to get here, but I'm all for it.
It seems like a you problem more than a me problem. I felt great.
Problem.
I had to sleep in, got to play with the dog, waited for his ass to turn up.
So, let's start on Twitch.
Oh, yes.
When did you get into Twitch? Why did you start streaming on Twitch? And what is the timeline? Because to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, the Standardized Paradox channel was your channel personally before you moved to Inmate Gaming.
So I've been streaming since the start of COVID. So that was like 2018-ish. So I already had all the recording gear there. So I had like the original Elgato capture card. That's how long I've had that thing.
Hell yeah.
And I've always wanted to do stream. I want to make content. I want to do YouTube. And so many years before I tried to do YouTube content, the guy who's editing my videos going, you're not entertaining. I wouldn't watch you. So it kind of like took the wind out of my sails, took the bounce out of my bungee. And
Fair?
And so I had everything there. And during COVID, I had messages from fans going, look, I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait when wrestling's back. Because at that point, I was the current APW tag team, Shiny Things. And I know it's called Championship, but 211 calls it Shiny Things. I feel better now. I felt a burp just moving. I was just going like, I'm going to come out now.
You got to take a moment just to let it...
Okay, we keep going. And so I had all the recording gear there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try do a Twitch stream. So I had so many fans wanting to hang out with me, talk to me, and I'm like, look, I'll start streaming, which I have my original PC down. You can't see it, but it's in pieces
Just
right
here.
there.
It's just,
And
just here.
that thing that was a workhorse. Like, I've had that PC since I was 19, 20. I'm 28 now, so it's a workhorse. And that thing would crash on me midstream. It would give up halfway through because it wasn't built for streaming. But I thought, look, I'm going to give it a shot. I used to wear face paint every stream. So I used to dress up as 211 on every single stream, which I think I still got videos of that. But yeah, I used to wear... And things, I used to talk like this for 2 straight hours. That's why I can do a whole day talking like this. And I think it's actually improved me a little bit with especially character work. So imagine this guy playing Doom. Going, oh my God, it's a skeleton. So I used to do that. And then I remember it was Redfield's birthday. And because we're all in COVID, his partner just goes, I want to organize a Zoom call. This is when we started using Zoom, which is...
Gross.
I'm gonna fall up. So we hopped on a Zoom call, and I said to him, "I've just upgraded my PC to my new one, which is, and So I told you're going to be entertained with this. It's just nice.
Fuck the fucking pop.
I'll tell you a story about that little pop in a second. It reminds me of a program. But anyway, back to as I say, when I do podcasts with people or like interviews, I go on little tangents and I just it's. You think you said there's not going to be any direction. Mine have no direction. It goes from this story to that story, and then go back to the same story.
Hey, I'm here for it.
Yep. Anyways, so bought the PC and I said to the guys, look, my PC's strong enough now. Let's do a stream together. So on a Thursday night, they joined me as guests on Inmate Gaming, and I noticed I had more fans coming in. Everyone was chatting. The chat was going well. We got so many more followers. It came back, and I'm just like, oh, this is a lot of fun. I'm like, hey guys, you want to come back again? So the following week they came back on the Thursday. I'm like, hey guys, why don't we make this like a continuous thing? Because it seems like the fans love it. I'm getting more followers and everything, viewers. I'm like, we'll just make it every Thursday. We'll make it a thing. Best part about this, when they joined Inmate Gaming, that turned into StandardizedParadox, they didn't know until I said it midstream. So we did the stream, and I was talking to my wife, which wasn't my wife at the time, which was my partner, but turned into my wife. I said to her, I'm like, we're getting good followers, we're getting a great connection, we're getting all this thing. I would love for them to join. She just goes, why don't they join? And I'm like, I just don't want to, because I know it's a lot of effort trying to get into streaming, because I know Redfield actually used to do YouTube a while ago. I even watched his streams on YouTube.
I've heard about this. I haven't dived into it or asked him about it.
Wait till you dive in, because he used to stream a lot on YouTube, and then he just suddenly got burnt out because he used to stream every single day and everything, and he had his full-time job and everything. So full-time job, kids, and then he just got burnt out, which I said to him he was going to get burnt out, and he goes, "Nope, you're right." So then midway through stream, I'm like, "Oh look, I want to congratulate these guys for joining Inmate Gaming," and they've just gone, "Hit it, what?" Like, yep, they're officially part of Inmate Gaming. So it went from a Thursday night to then 3 nights a week. And then I just said to him, we're about, I think I was 6 months into it. We're getting good traction, getting a lot of followers and everything, which is fantastic. And I said to him, we need to change the name. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, we've been Inmate Gaming, which is, it seems like it's my channel. You guys are just a part of it. I don't want to be like that. I want it to be, it's our channel, not just mine. So that's when we took 2 or 3 months to figure out StandardizedParadox, which a lot of Google searches trying to find a name, because like we kept doing the whole joke of like, we set the standard, and we're like,
oh my god,
why don't we standardized it? And it's like, and there was a whole thing about paradoxes, like with MCU and all that. Oh, there's a paradox here and all that type. I'm like, how about StandardizedParadox? And they've just gone, that's a stupid.
Oh, hold on.
And the best part is so we organized to get new overlays done, new transition, everything. So the night we've debuted everything for social media, is an hour before, we put in triangles of us in little triangles, going like, 3 hours before stream, it was Redfield, then it was Shep, and there was me, and it was just different comments just to really fuck with people.
Yeah.
Which someone still has gets freaked out over triangles, and we love it. She gets like flashbacks about triangles because of it, because we rewatched the highlights of our streams, and it had like the Nesquik guy, which talks about sticking his dick in Nesquik and making sure he keeps eye contact. Yeah, I've still got that. I will send it to you.
Yeah, please do. What? This is before my time. What the fuck?
Trust me, it made all of us laugh. And you has Redfield on his bed. This is the old stream, so I had Redfield on his bed, Shep in his room. And we had Jason the Crusher Cole, fantastic wrestler. He was on there as well. And I think Red was reading out the comment, and we were pissing ourselves. I got to the point where we're like, what the fuck is this comment? So he became the Nesquik guy. So we watched YouTube, and we're like, look, we just want to say thank you everyone for joining this. Thank you so much everyone to be a part of this. We really appreciate it. And I think Inmate Gaming has to end now. We push a button and turn to sound. And I did it while everyone was talking. I changed the transition, changed the overlays, and went click, and it had the new StandardizedParadox logo, and we got the new logo, and everyone just goes, you dicks. It made it seem like we will stop streaming.
That's cool. I fuck with that.
And that thing is then a year later on the anniversary we debuted all of our old our singles streamings.
Fair. Are you proud of the boys?
I'm very proud of the boys.
Because Red's killing it.
100%. He's
Shep's killing it. You're killing it. I'm loving sitting there. There was maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I remember I was sitting there. I had Standardized Paradox ready to go. It was a Tuesday night. No one showed. It was like, what the fuck? What's going on? So it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. No one's on. What? Okay, fuck it. You know what? It's cool. Red will stream at 10. So I got his thing set up. No one fucking showed. I was distraught. I had nothing to do. I wasn't streaming that night.
I'm sorry. That stream right the fuck there, that was because we were organising SP merchandise. So, fuck you. So you can get some good quality merch when you go to wrestling shows, like an Inmate 211 t-shirt, hell, a Jackson Shepherd t-shirt, if people still want to purchase that stuff. Hell,
fuck that
a Josh
guy.
Redfield t-shirt because you might want to do nasty things in it. You don't know.
I mean, I bought all 3. So did Alana, but they didn't all have smalls, so she got I think it was a small, a medium, and a large. She didn't want to wait.
Yeah, we didn't expect so many people bought. It got to the point of we sold out twice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we because we make our own merch. It felt great. Sitting there in front of a press, just going like, "Why you got me working like this?
Master got me working. One never set me free."
And but it's just the love of seeing people wanting to purchase merch. And we got harassed since starting Standardized Paradox and wrestling. We've been harassed for merchandise. Even little kids going, "When are you getting merch?" And I'm like, you smell like cabbage. And that's the thing, is that having to sell out twice, it just got to the point. One of my all-time favorite moments, which I think this is also Chef's favorite moment, after the stuff happened between Shep and Red, someone bought the SP bundle, which was $69. I think that's a fantastic number because people look at you and go, "Hey, I want it." The person goes, "Oh, I want this shirt, this shirt, this shirt." Oh, so I'm like, "Yep, SP bundle." She goes like, "I don't want to support Shep because of what he's done, but I'll still get the bundle." And I'm like, fair.
Yeah. It's like what? I think it's like $12 cheaper if you buy it in the bundle than if you buy them individually.
So if you bought individually, it was $80. If you buy a thing, it's $69. So you get $11 off, which the amount of people that only buy it just because it says $69 and they even get a receipt that says $69.
I didn't buy it because it was $69. I didn't know how much it was. All I know is I had $120 in my bank, and I was coming to the show that I think it was the day after, or a few days after that you announced that you were doing merch. And I was like,
that Thursday where I wasn't on stream, me and my wife were making t-shirts for 6 straight hours.
oh my god.
Now we got it down to 2 hours. We're smashing it.
Well, I can tell you that all our shirts are washed and they're ready for the 22nd.
Nice.
Which, when this is uploaded, that date will have come and gone, unfortunately. Winter War with APW. So, what I wanted to say, but we kind of got sidetracked there when I said, you all 3 members, are you proud of yourselves and them? When it comes to the members of Standardized Paradox, you, Ryan, and Josh, who would win a fight?
Me.
No fucking hesitation.
Oh no, I have fought both of them, and I've headbutted both of them, and they don't want to. I accidentally headbutted Shep when we were in the same team, and he refused. He just goes, "I don't understand that," because you have to realize. Hopefully, this picks up from the microphone.
Oh, I don't like that.
Do that to Red, and he nearly throws up. It's great. But the thing is, they've seen me deadlift and throw people and choke them out. So they've seen me do that type of stuff.
Holy shit.
If you watch one of my favorite matches, which always used to scare people, I had a match with one of Raw Beef, which was it was Rex. And I said, "You're taking the spine buster." He goes, "Oh, I'll run off there." I just deadlifted him up, slammed him on the ground. He goes, "I hate you."
I've not seen that.
So if you ask the other guys, they would be like, "Yep, don't mess with Sam."
Well, that is hopefully a question I will get to ask the other guys. If Josh Redfield ever fucking checks his Discord messages or answers me, and then Shep, I'm sure I could get a hold of him. I'd speak to him most days.
He'd probably be closer for drive, wouldn't it?
Probably. All right, we're kind of on the topic of wrestling.
Yep.
So if I jump into that, that's going to ruin something else. So I'm going to jump into something that I got told to ask.
Ooh.
I want to know, who is Johnny Reset, also known as Johnny Resetti Main Evetti?
Semi-main event.
Semi-main event. Sorry, I must have misheard.
So Johnny Reset was my original wrestling character. So how that came about, I needed a character for a show that never happened and in a place that never existed. It's one of those type of shows. Like, it nearly got me blacklisted from wrestling.
Oh.
Okay, I can talk bad. It's all right.
Okay,
it's just the joke. That's always been the whole thing of, it's a show that never happened in a place that never existed, from Men in Black.
It's been ages since
So if you
I've
guys watch
watched
Men in Black, they talk about, I think it's the second one. Yes, it's the second one.
It's the one with Knoxville, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm.
It's about they just go like, oh look, this is a story about at a time that never happened in a place that never existed.
Oh, is this when they're watching the video and they're in the court? Yes, no, now I'm picking up what you're
I always
putting down.
do that quote whenever I mention this show.
Gotcha.
So I needed a character, which I always want to use Johnny because my entrance song is, I feel so much better. Johnny's Revenge from Crown the Empire, which, oh my God, fantastic band. I always want to use Johnny. They were the songs I really want to use an entrance song. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, someone wanted me Johnny Shiny. Oh, Johnny Shine, like the Shining, that type of. And I'm like, And then I was in, this is the little story that actually I don't think a lot of people know on how I got reset. I was in Japan at the time with my brother because me and him we went a month away to Japan. We're sitting in a hotel room and we're getting told about this booking. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm happy to take a booking. It was my first ever wrestling show. And my brother goes, what about reset? You're going to reset their attitude. And I'm like,
ooh, okay.
and I went, Johnny Reset. Okay, we'll go Johnny Reset. And I say I wanted to be a gamer character because I say I've got gamer tattoos. At that point, I had
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter, which is on my shoulder.
That's the only reason I asked about your shoulder earlier. Because I was going, yeah, look, I'm sorry. I did do a little bit of a deep dive in various places and I saw a photo of you. I'm like, okay, this must be that. I'll ask him about it. And was that a Jack and Daxter tattoo on it? Oh!
Yeah, look, I've had that one for a few years now. But yeah, so we got Johnny Reset. And as I had, I remember the tights were from Kmart. They had Game Over on the side by a little Asian lady that did the stitching on them.
Hell
and
yeah.
a t-shirt that said Johnny Reset. And it was at a show in Gympie. Yes, there's a place called Gympie. I didn't even know about it. It's in Queensland.
Okay.
And we wrestled outside. And I was versing someone that was also a rookie. And it was me and my mate. And we would it was 2 against 1. We worked out the match. We made it simple. Like, yep, everything seems good. We walked out. The guy just goes, I forgot everything. And he just started shoot wrestling us. Like, it got to the point of, we started trying to fight him and he just take us down, start attacking us. And we're like, well, he's forgot everything. So we did the match. And yeah, after that match, we got told we weren't ready. We had to do a blow-up drills for like 6 hours after that. And I got put back into training for another few months before I was even allowed to debut.
Jesus.
And I almost got kicked out of wrestling because of that show because they said I wasn't ready. But look at me now. I'm the Openweight Legacy Shiny holder.
I was there when he won it.
How touching was that moment? Because I was shitting myself the whole time. I had the shakes, like, the whole day.
It was such a good match.
I was so
I loved
nervous.
it.
The thing is, I'll tell you a little story. The guy I had a match with, which you guys should check out, it's on IWTV. It's Legacy. I think it's the second Legacy, yeah. Brooksy, Adam Brooks, one of the fantastic wrestlers in Australia. Hell, he had at one point he had a Ring of Honor contract, but because of COVID and stuff, it got screwed over. Ooh. Which he's the type of person. If he showed up on TV, I would not be shocked. He's a fantastic wrestler and a fantastic human being.
Because it was the three of you, wasn't it? It
and
was Chris Law,
yourself,
and him.
Which me and Chris Law I have loved working with that man every single time I hear, do you want to have a match with Crystal? I will jump at the chance because me and him and his character work is fantastic. It's bar none. And being in a place in the same ring as him and doing the character work we do, it gets to the point of we walk in, we don't even plan shit. We get told the ending, we're like, okay, and we just walk out there. Like, let's say little backs, like peek behind the curtain with wrestling. So when we got to the venue, we were planning the match with Brooksy, and I was this the whole time because I'm like, I've looked up to Brooksy ever since I started wrestling, seeing him wrestle, seeing the amazing matches he's had. And I'm like, and now I'm having a match with him, and I'm going for a title with him. I'm not. It got to the point of Redfield and Shep just going, dude, you deserve this. I'm like, no, I maybe someone else should go out there. I feel like I'm not up to their league. I shouldn't be out there.
Get the fuck out of here, sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's just like, I'm dealing with this girth.
No. A couple of the things, I was like, hang on, did I ever set this to V1? All I see is V2 and D, so the G and the V1 must have rubbed off at some point. Sorry, I got distracted.
No, that's fair. Just like, oh, girth. So this is what it feels like.
Oh.
Anyway,
there you go, ladies. You can use that for later.
You were, you felt undeserving?
100%. Same thing happened when I won the tag titles. But we're playing this match, and working with Brooksy was just fantastic. I even said to him, dude, I'm nervous. I'm so... He goes, well, dude, why are you nervous? And I'm like, dude, you're Brooksy. He goes, and I'm like, okay, have you wrestled someone that you were shitting yourself the whole time? He goes, like, when you first started wrestling, he goes, yeah, I was so nervous. I'm like, how do you think I fucking feel? This is my version. And he's like, oh shit, so that's how it feels. And so we're playing this match, and Brooksy goes, okay, I'm going to do this, which Brooksy does the funniest thing. He closes his eyes and goes, okay, I'm going to do this. And I'm looking, going, is he all right?
Dancing?
No, he goes through, you see him go through this whole match, which is fantastic to watch. If anyone ever has a chance of watching that, I say keep an eye on him, because he sits there and you can see him go through every single move. He goes, okay, I'm going to do this, going to do that. And you're like, okay. I do that in my head. I go, wind up. And I'm like, okay. He goes, oh, then it's you and Law. And I look at Law. I'm like, what are you going to do? He goes, out there. I'm like, too easy. You come back in, and Brooks is gone. You haven't played anything. I'm like, yeah, call it out there. He's like, you're going to call it out there? I'm like, yeah, we always call it out there. He's like, so if you watch that match, anything between me and Law wasn't planned.
Oh my god. Dude, it was a killer fucking match. Like, okay, fair.
And I almost cried at this point of, you'll see in the match, me lifting up Law's head and him just looking dead in the eye and goes, you fucking deserve now. Fucking get it. I'm like, that's why you see me go, fucking douche. Which, side note, I still ask people to watch this because it's a fantastic show, fantastic match. If you see me in the corner and I look over, there's Redfield in the corner where the apron, like corner of the stage, and I call him my head or a life partner.
Yeah.
If you don't know, but Jane Silent Bob, 10 out of 10. I call him my head or a life partner because I look over at him. He looks at me and goes like, "You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you." And I'm like, "Fuck it!" And he just goes, "Yeah, I was a proud hetero life partner right there."
Well, I felt like a proud dad who happened to be younger than you, and then post show you fucking shattered my dreams that day. Because all three of you won championships that night.
All shiny
things. Right? You got the open weight shiny thing, and Redfield and Shep got the tag team shiny things. Right? And I come up to you and say, I feel like a fucking proud dad. You, without hesitation, yeah, and you look older than us. I was like, oh, okay. It's the hairline, isn't it? But no, I was a killer show. It was fucking amazing.
It's the best part was I had my two apprentices there at the same time, so that was the first time they actually saw me wrestle. Is winning.
I feel like it was the first time Alana had seen any of you guys wrestle as well. Because I had seen you and Ryan, never had seen Redfield.
What I was saying is that night was a massive night for all of us because we never thought we'd ever get the chance of all pick up titles at the exact same time. We never, like, in ABW, that's never happened. So we're the first ever group that has picked up 3 titles at the same night. Like, there's been shows that other titles have been changed over, which is the thing. But we're the first group that's ever taken 3 titles at the same time. No one's ever done that in APW, which we never thought we'd get the chance, which I thank APW for letting us have that chance, have that moment. And then at the end of it, they've just gone, I'm so happy that this is how it happened, because we couldn't have asked for a better match, better crowd and everything, which I'm still pissed off. I was 1 week off winning match of the year. Because there was match of the night, which that went to us, which
well deserved.
Funny enough, I think it was 1 or 2 votes between the tag match and my match. There were only one.
Don't vote.
That's
Every
fair.
time I see it, because I feel like I'm not big enough part of the community, and I'm not there regularly enough to really have a say. So whenever I see those things, but it was well deserved, and obviously bias, because I went there purely to support you three. So you guys were my favorite matches. But the thing that Shep did in the tag match made me laugh very much. So when he's just like fucking towering over that chick, I was laughing.
But that's the thing is, like, I think we were all shocked that out of our matches, like, it was only two votes between my match and the tag match. Everything else, we were the only 2 top. The other ones were so many votes down. We were the only 2 that were actually like neck and neck, and I only just got over.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the voting for match of the year ended the week before.
Oh.
And the awards night for that was literally the next day.
Well, let's hope that the first week of this year's match of the year can last in everyone's memory long enough to win match of the year.
Hey, look, it just means I have to work harder upcoming matches, defending my shiny thingy.
Mm-hmm. Which you're the only one who still has the shiny thingy from that night.
Yep.
Yeah. I unfortunately couldn't come to the show in which Shep and Red had lost their championship, and then events happened, which I was made aware of the following day, even though I was going to wait to watch it on IWTV, but my mate never showed up and never paid for the subscription, so that. Now, what is your wrestling timeline? Where do you start? We kind of slightly dipped into this, so let's get a brief. How did you get introduced to wrestling?
Okay.
And then from there, it kind of leads into a different one. The promotions that you have wrestled, because to my understanding, you're currently working for, on a regular basis, 2 different promotions with. Is it? Because you are for Adrenaline, so then there's the other one that's also an A in there, isn't there? Alpha, that's it. Alpha Pro Wrestling. And I didn't realize how many different wrestling promotions there were in Australia, let alone this general area.
There's a lot.
Yeah, so can I get a brief?
Okay, so.
And this isn't going to be brief at all, isn't it?
Oh, I'll try to make it brief. So.
It's fine.
I think I started back in 2016, 2017. I got introduced by my mate Terry Shaw, which is still in the wrestling scene, fantastic guy. He wanted to be a pro wrestler ever since he was a kid. I wasn't really into wrestling because my family wouldn't let me watch it. He didn't want to go to training by himself, so I took him to a few independent shows because he goes, and I'm like, yeah, look, I'll give it a shot. Went to a few independent shows. Then he goes, I want to start training, and I'm like, okay. He goes, I don't want to go alone. Can you come with me? And I'm like, my whole understanding is, look, you don't know if you're going to like it if you don't give it a shot. Yeah. And so I did LARPing, SCA, HMB, which is foam sword fighting, metal weapons, and bamboo sword fighting. And I always gave that. I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. Hell, I even did nerfing for a while. And so we went to a show which the great George the Hitman Julio, which is one of the godfathers of Melbourne wrestling. If you ever talk to any of the big wrestlers in Australia, they all know George the Hitman because he's the one that usually trained most of the Melbourne guys. He got their foot into wrestling. So we went to an ANW show and we started talking to him, going, look, we want to start training. And he just looks at me and goes, mind you, he's an old Maltese guy going, fuck, man. What the fuck are you? And I'm like, hi, my name's Sam. I want to start training. He goes, fuck, man, you're too young. And I'm like, I'm 21. He goes, fuck, show me ID. And I'm like, motherfucker's carding me. Because the thing is, most trainees, like a lot of trainees start younger, like 16.
Yeah.
And he said, I didn't look over 18. I'm like, thank you. So he carded me. He goes, fuck, man, sure this is not fake. And I'm like, I drove here. I drove him. And he's just going, fuck, man. Okay, you can start training days this day. I'm like, okay. So I took my mate down there and we started training and haven't looked back since. Wrestled for NAW for a while. Then Adrenaline Pro Wrestling came on. Wrestled for them. Then you've got Alpha Pro Wrestling. You got MXW. I wrestled them for a few times. Nightfall, which is up in Queensland. Fantastic company to work for. And I think that's it. But you've also, in Melbourne, you've got MCW, VPW, PCW, BCW. There's a lot of wrestling.
BBC?
No,
damn it.
So I think Redfield would get easy on that one.
Yeah, he'd be straight on that.
100%.
Damn. So, and you were telling me earlier with the Gimpy story. So you've wrestled. Where did you start? Because your first show was, you said, in Gympie.
Yep. So
in Queensland.
Yep. So my first real match was in Gympie. It was out on a football field. It was raining, mind you. The ring that they used was the original adrenaline ring, like the first one.
Okay.
So we did the match, and we got abused because it was live on. They filmed it on an iPad live, and all rookies not knowing what they're doing, like we stuffed up. I will 100% admit that. We fucked up. No word of a lie. And then I went back into training 3 to 4 times a week, which was stressful because I used to do morning shifts. So I used to work 4 a.m. till 12:30 at my job. Go eat something at home, have a shower, drive all the way to Sunshine North, train until about 10 at night, and then come back home and do the exact same thing till...
So that's around here. So how the hell did you get... Like, how did it happen in Queen... What?
So we flew to Queensland, did the show, and then when we came back to Melbourne, we did the thing. But the thing was, I was going to leave wrestling because of it, because they were like, oh, you weren't ready or anything. I was going to leave wrestling. But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to prove those people that said I couldn't be a wrestler. And that's when I started working 5 days out of the week, doing shows on weekends, helping set up, pack down, helping wherever I can.
Yeah.
And I was knackered after it. But I'm like, but now I look back at it and go, I bust my ass. Now I'm here. I'm wrestling Brooksy. I'm traveling to Queensland and everything. My goal, I would love to wrestle in Japan, because apparently Japan would love to see 211 and the character work, because even the people that have wrestled in Japan going, you really need to go there. I'm like, oh, I don't know. They're like, no. Your character, if you go over there, they're going to love you. And I'm like, and then I got to play the claw machines, which they used to always freak us out. We used to freak them out when we used to walk out with like 4 or 5 bags of worth of stuff. We only spent $100.
Only $100.
Well, it got to the point of me and my brother, we have a hidden talent of the claw machines. I harness my inner Shaggy Rogers. You know, his whole thing about his claw machines. And, you know, like, why don't you learn a talent like French? Like, I don't need to know what Vuku Shea says what. Love that song.
Hey, Shaggy has a thing for claw machines?
Yeah,
what?
first movie, when he wins the girl that suffered head before.
Yeah, okay.
So I harness my, like, something school, I'm going to win this claw machine. And we go in there, and our goal was to win at every single claw machine. We like every variant. It got to the point of me and my brother had 3 bags worth of figurines. And we worked out the costing of how much of those figures... Like, it got to the point of I won 3 of every single Dragon Ball Z figure that came out that time. One for me, one for my mate, Crusher. And I think I gave another one to somebody else. But yeah, I won... my brother. So I had 3 of every single one that came out. Which, when I gave it to my mate, he was opening it up, and his sister went to go grab him. He just slapped him and goes, "Don't you dare touch my toys." It's like a kid at Christmas.
So, as I've pretty well, Sharon, I have a very terrible memory, especially when it comes to quotes and things. And it could be part of childhood trauma. It could also be part of the amount of illicit substances I've taken over the years. So I got a quick question for you. Can you read any of that? Of course you can't. You suffer from something. You suffer from something.
But I have read some of those pages on stream when someone actually made me quote it.
I just needed a thick book, and this was the thickest that the parental had, and it's 50 Shades of Grey.
I don't think they use it to read it. They use it for spankings.
It's funny when I took it. She's just like, hold up, and she opens, and she took the bookmark out of there. I'm like, what? So that was my attempt to try and transition into the topic of dyslexia.
Oh,
because it is something that you suffer from, and
severe dyslexia. Yep.
There is been times, and I'd like to consider myself very patient with it, but I'll write a chat in your Twitch chat, and then you will either completely read it wrong, or you will like very slowly piece it together. I mean, you get there eventually, and 9 times out of 10 you're on the point, but then there's other times where it's like, we started here, and this is the direction I was trying to go, and somehow you turned it into this.
Yeah.
Welcome
to my brain.
How has having dyslexia affected you in your personal, professional life? Is it something that you've had a okay times dealing with? Have you struggled with it immensely?
Well, funny enough, I've got a good story involved this. So I'll talk a little bit, and then I'll tell you the story which might tug your heartstrings. I don't know. Involves my parents. So I never knew I had dyslexia until I was about in year 7.
Hold up. If you need any help, I've also got this one. I don't know if you can read any of that either.
Very non flashbacks of using this thing.
It's a dictionary, by the way.
I thought it was a bigger dick before, but now he's got a portable one. But yeah, that's the old dictionary. That's the one they used to use at fucking high school.
That is a high school dictionary, yes.
So anyway. So I found out dyslexia when I was in year 7 because I never knew what was wrong with me, because with dyslexia, it varies from so many people. Like I've met so many other dyslexics that like one's dyslexic on numbers. So they can look at numbers and the numbers would change or would be different numbers, and they go, that's not how it adds up. And I'm looking going, it's fine. But as you say, when I read something and I'm like, oh no, I got it right. And they're like, Sam, you got it completely wrong. And I'm like, what? Oh shit. Because for me, how my brain works is I look at something and sometimes my brain will actually put words in there or take words out, and I go, okay, what the fuck? And then go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the worst part is I have ADD, so I can't concentrate. So when I can't read, I can't concentrate to read, I just go. That's why you see me wander off, because I just get bored and wander off.
Yeah.
That's always been my thing, and it usually pissed off Redfield, especially during stream. I just randomly do shit, and he goes, I have to fidget with something, because if I don't, I feel like my bones start to hurt.
No, I get that.
But the thing is, dyslexia hasn't really held me back in anything. It's actually made my life so much easier.
Okay.
I'm a diesel mechanic.
Yeah.
And with diesel mechanics, you have to essentially figure out how machines work, how to fix them, everything. And my dad is also a diesel mechanic. He's also dyslexic. It actually is hereditary. It actually gets passed down from the father. So with him, he was like one of the top mechanics in his field. Like in garbage, if you knew, there you go. If you said his name, they go, oh, we know him. It literally got to the point of any place I went with that deal with garbage. Like, oh, we know your dad. I'm like, oh, god damn it. Which was always like a hard thing to do, because you're like, I got some pretty big boots to fill if I have to be half the mechanic he is.
Sorry, I am listening. I'm just ticking off some of the topics that we've already covered.
And that thing is like, because with this, you think of outside the box. So when you're working on something, me and my dad can sit there and figure out different ways on how to improve stuff. Like the company I work for, the amount of stuff we've designed and given to the company, they've just gone, fuck, we've done this for 18 years and we haven't even thought it. It's like, yeah, well, like I designed a plate that went under a valve bank. Go, put this on, will stop your valve bank leaking. They've gone, fuck off. They're like, damn, it actually fucking worked.
Hell yeah.
And they're like, we've been doing the exact same valve bank for fucking years, and you've just walked in and go, I'm like, well, you guys are fuckwits. You should have done this. They're like, didn't even think of that. And Dad just goes, it's one thing about being dyslexic. You get it, do stuff. But the touching moment, which broke my mother's heart, but she finally understood what it's like to be dyslexic for one day, and she hated it.
Mm.
So the day I got diagnosed with dyslexia was a fantastic day. It was a great day. I had Macca's.
Hey.
The thing is, I don't remember places. I remember things I did. Like I go, I had Macca's. I had hot pot. I had like little pancakes. Fucking nice. So we went in there and we did tests, and the reading test, I had a reading level of a grade 4. I was a year at 7. I did the puzzles. I passed college. They literally go, you've passed the college puzzles and everything. I'm like, got any more? He goes like, no, we ran out. You're past college like things, and I'm like,
damn.
Can I have some more though? Do you have any more? It's like, you've done all of them. I'm like, can I do them again? And he's like, cool. This turns out my dad was dyslexic. I was dyslexic, and the doctor that diagnosed me was dyslexic. My mother was the only one that wasn't dyslexic, and we're having a little conversation, and she's seeing like we're speaking another language, and she was getting frustrated because she's going, I don't know what you guys are talking about, and we're just like having a little conversation. She hopped in the car, she broke down crying. She goes, I am so sorry. I'm like, why? She goes, is this what you have to go through? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I couldn't last an hour. How do you do it every single day? And I'm like, I hate to say it, but you get used to it after a while. You get used to feeling like you're the idiot in the room. You can't understand what everyone's going. Everyone just goes, done. And I'm like, where the fuck did you read that from? Like, they're going, it's on the board. It's like, bullshit it is. And you always feel like you're essentially, you're trying to think of words for this. English. It's only my first language. This might help. Useful. What are you drawing in there?
What? This is actually my mate's. Is there a drawing?
No.
Okay.
No, you essentially feel like you're starting in a race. They're already 3 laps behind, and they say go, and you're going, I have no way to catch up, and they go, oh, sucks to be you. Because the thing is, the school system was not designed for people like me, and people with learning disabilities and everything. And the school I went to was actually had a apparently amazing beacon program. I state that apparently amazing, but the problem was their funding got cut, and magically more money got put into sports, and they got a brand new sports center. So we were in Beacon Maths, and we got thrown straight into so we were doing year 6 stuff. We got thrown straight into year 10. And we're looking going, why is there letters now in math? What the fuck? And they're going, oh, you should just catch up. I'm like, we wouldn't be in Beacon Maths if we could do this shit.
Yeah, nah, don't get me started on the education system and just how people need different speeds and different, like, look, I had trouble in high school and education, or I'm not dyslexic, and I didn't find out until a lot later that I was autistic and I have ADHD, though some doctors reckon there's a possibility of dyslexia. I don't get letters moving around. I will find myself when reading a book or any long paragraph of writing, I will read a line. I will even with my finger go down, go to the beginning of the line. Halfway through the line, have I realized, oh, I'm still reading the line I just read beforehand, and I'll do that for 15 minutes before I even move on, because don't know if that is. I don't know if I can relate in that sense. But
no, that's with dyslexia. It's depending on the person. As I've met so many other dyslexics, like some with letters, some with numbers, and for me, I forget what's on the page after I read it.
Yeah, no,
and it gets to the point I go, I read a book. I know it's weird. One page, it took me 2 hours. I couldn't even still remember what was on the first page. That's why I like picture books.
Oh, on God, fucking Mick Foley's children's book where they're all little kids wrestling. Like, I've still got that.
I used to love reading Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Used to always be in the library. Had how to draw dragons and because it had massive pictures. I'm like, pictures.
I tried because the cover always looked cool. I think it was Del Toro Quest.
Ooh, yep.
Yeah, I think as soon as you hear that name, you either think of the anime that was adapted from it, or you think of that first book with the knight on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking about things from childhood, who's that? Who's that handsome man?
That's how was I then? I think I was 20 then, and that's with my sweet pea. Her name was Bellatrix Lestrange.
Hell yeah.
And the reason I called Bellatrix Lestrange because I always found it weird she only had one patch.
Okay.
And which I'm a durable little bastard.
Editor in post, it's just me sitting at my desk. Just make sure you have like that photo covering my face.
I cut away and she go.
I did that in the last podcast. And I'll probably do it in this one too.
But yeah, so that's my sweet pea. She was amazing. She was a fucking weird dog. Like we think she bit into a power cord and she went a little bit fucked up. She was a great dog. She was fantastic. She just very hyper and
Yeah.
I said I miss my sweet pea. I used to.
Oh, is she gone?
We had to put her down a couple of years ago, which she had a fantastic last day. We took her to the beach, and this fucking bitch, it was a cold ass day. She wanted to go in the water, and I'm just like, can't really fucking say no to her. No, she's not going to catch a fucking cold. Oh. So I had to go in there. I couldn't feel my toes for the rest of the day.
Oh.
But she was having the time of her life. We got Macca's. She tried a chocolate sundae because she keeps trying to steal it. And I'm like, she can eat chocolate for the last day. And yeah, I know I bawled my eyes out when my parents took her away. Like, I do miss my sweet pea. And they used to go, like, you're delicate like a little flowers.
Well, I apologize for bringing that photo up now. Shit.
I'm just saying, I look fucking handsome in that thing, but I look underage. Like, I had to get carded. Do you know how many times I got fucking
Wait,
carded?
you're over 18 in that?
Yes.
Get fucked. I thought you were like 12, dude.
Nope.
Get fucked.
I was...
Holy shit, you age well.
Yeah. You see me when I shave, I look like a child. Why do you think I keep a beard? Because I get fun of my
What's
partner.
happening here in this one?
That was my kind of wedding day.
Kind of wedding day?
So technically me and my wife were already married at this point. So we were supposed to get married and lockdown 6 happened. So our wedding was supposed to be on the Sunday. Lockdown 6 happened on the Friday. And that was when we dropped everything off at the venue. So when I almost got in tears. I even threw my fucking phone, getting pissed off with the government, going like, "Goddamn government!
I mean,
can't take my rights away from me." And so I looked at my mum. She just go, "What do you want to do?" Like, I'm like, all I said was, "I just want to marry my sweetie because she's my sweetie."
It's wholesome as fuck.
So we called the officiator, the person that was officiating the wedding, going, "What are you doing right now?" Because he lived in the area. He goes, "Better have a beer." I'm like, "Oh, I should go for a walk at the park." So we all had a leisurely stroll to the park because technically everyone could walk at that time. So me and my family members met at the park, which this is where the photo was taken, and got married, got it officiated and everything. And this was just a celebration. So you have me wearing the White Ranger t-shirt, which is one of my favorite characters. You got Redfield because he demanded to be pink. I was like, "Which Power Ranger you want?" Because motherfucker, I'm going to be pink.
I mean, of course.
He was like, he goes, "I will drop kick your wife to get pink."
Whoa!
Then you got my brother. He's the green one. Because he goes, "I want to be the Green Ranger." I'm like, "But I'm the White Ranger." He goes, "Too bad, I'm the green one." I'm like, "Okay." And then my mate Bo, he was the Blue Ranger because he was always going to be part of my wedding party because he's the one that got me into wrestling.
Hell yeah.
So there you go. You can see the size difference between me and my brother.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, I didn't even take that. So yeah, we have Nerd Redfield.
Yep.
Sexy you. Small man. And then tribal chief from Wish.
Well, technically, you right now are the head of the table, so you know.
acknowledge your tribal trash, even though I hate that gimmick. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we should talk about. Speaking of gimmicks, I think we sho What's the difference? Actually, no. Let's not go to that one yet. Let's start with what is the inspiration behind 211 and Inmate 211, and then following that, what's the difference between 211 and Inmate 211?
So the inspiration for it was at the start it was Inmate 211. He's the one that started it all. Was my mate who was Inmate 47. He was doing breakout shows. He said he wanted a tag partner, and he had people harass him on being a tag partner. I said to him, like, he goes, oh yeah, you know, everyone suggested they're going to be the actual the leader of the monster. They're going to control the monster, and I'm like, but you're an inmate. Why would people want to control you? And he's like, oh, that's what everyone said. And I'm like, you need someone that is all about you, like they see you as your equal. And that's, I'm like, he goes, how would you do it? I'm like, well, if it was me, I would talk to you like you've been talking my ear off because he never talked. And I was looking at him and going like, God damn, man, can you shut the hell up? I'm trying to focus on this match. Can you just shut up for once, for God's sake? And everyone go, he didn't say anything. I'm like, he's been talking my ear off the whole trip here. Like, even the cops had to stop him, like, damn. And I'm like, you have to get someone that is crazier, is what you are on the inside is what they're on the inside. So they have to show how crazy they are, but internally you're that crazy. So you kind of match each other.
Yeah.
They're essentially, that's what you are like in the inside. He goes, how would you do it? I'm like, oh, well, I'd wear clown face paint because what's scarier than a fucking clown? And I'm like, and I would just tell him like, hey, big guy, how you going? And because I love doing voices, that's always been my favorite thing to do. And he goes, why don't you do it? I'm like, do what? And he goes, why don't you be my tag partner? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, mate. He goes like, just think about it. So I went home and designed what I think 211 would do, which originally I was going to wear a mask. Because I'm like, oh, well, I'll wear a mask like he does. And then he looked at it and goes, I don't like it. I'm like, oh, fuck, is it the costume? And he goes like, no, I love everything from here down. Don't like the mask. He goes, because your facial expressions will get hid behind that mask. And, oh, my God, I love your facial expressions, especially when you get hit and stuff. And I'm like,
they are good.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about that. So I mocked up what I think 211 would look like. And we debuted it on a breakout show. I think it was versing Jet Rooker and Tyson Baxter for the tag titles. That was our debut match.
For tag titles?
Yeah.
God damn!
And that was on the breakout show. Then I did the main show, which is on YouTube, which is me, Raw Beef versus Sid Parker, Erica Reed, and the Wild Boy, which it's on YouTube. Fantastic match. Which one of those people was deadly afraid of clowns. Oh. I had a list of rules I wasn't allowed to do.
Oh.
So Erica Reed, which she's fine with clowns now, she before the match I had rules I wasn't allowed to put my face paint on till just before the match. I wasn't allowed to do the voice until we walked out there. I wasn't allowed to act clownish around her until we went out there. Like, there's a part in the match you see her doing the match with her eyes closed. That was legit how she was. I had to make sure I had to move in places because she couldn't look at me. And you'll see the photo online of a girl crying and 211 staring at her. That is legit fear in her eyes because she knew I kicked out. So Inmate was very much like, I liked Pennywise, like, you know, you want a blue tune, Georgie? And I loved the Joker going like, let's put a smile on that face. So I took Pennywise's like, oh, Georgie, how are you doing today? And then just slowly brought in the Joker and be like, so, buddy.
Yeah? No?
And that's how this voice started coming about. So it's a little bit of Pennywise, a little bit more of Joker, and that's how really I got the 211 voice, which at the start people did not want me to do the voice. They're like, it's stupid. I'm like, doing this voice in the clown's face paint is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I need a voice, and now everyone just loves the voice.
It's iconic.
And
it is.
The difference between Inmate 211 and 211 is Inmate 211, all he wants to do is inflict pain on his opponent and make sure they regret even stepping in the ring with him, and make sure the fans know they put him in this position, so it's their fault this person's getting hurt. 211, he just wants to have fun. He wants to make sure everyone leaves happy, and that's his whole job. He wants if everyone leaves happy, he's done his job
Well,
right.
I mean, you were beating up the fella who was coming out to the Used. I forgot what song it is, but he comes out to a song by the Used. He was like Elder Emo's on his t-shirt because he was being a bully to the.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like anti-bully squad up in that.
Yes, because we got told that match. It's like, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense. They've gone, what do you mean it doesn't make sense? Why is 211 out there? Why is 211 do this? Because the thing is, a lot of people don't realize with wrestling, you have to make things make sense.
Yeah.
Because the only way to make people connect with the character is them thing, and which, how many people hate bullies?
Everyone.
So I said, we're going to bring in, so you're bullying the general manager. You're trying to harass her for the thing. That's bullying. People have been harassed by people. People felt bullying. So 211 doing this and them showing that, like, he kicked the crap out of me at the start of it, but it didn't affect 211 because he's just like, really, this is all you got? And as soon as 211's gone, I don't like bullies, and just ended him. Mm-hmm. The crowd got so behind it because they've seen he's gone pushed around and didn't really affect 211. He just got back up and gone, and
It was dope. It was.
I was thinking, as soon as you get a crowd to connect with the character and get them to behind something with them.
Well, see, I obviously don't know too much lore when it comes to the wrestling with you guys. I'm coming more so as, I'd like to consider myself a friend. I don't know, but I'm coming as someone who's supporting you guys, right? Mm-hmm. And not knowing too much of Redfield's lore, but knowing what Ryan's saying about what Redfield has done in the past, I'm kind of sitting there in the crowd. I'm like, well, damn, does Jackson Shepherd have a point for this heel turn? Like, I am on the fence, but for that sign that I've made, which editor, throw it up on screen because it should be torn to pieces by now.
Good.
That sign I made, I want to support, and I want to, you know. I told Ryan, and he said probably not. It won't go down with the promoters. Like, if he wants to fucking slap me to like really solidify this heel turn, I'm down. I'll sell all match. But like, because he always
get in trouble.
Yeah, because he always comes and he like gives us a hug or whatnot during the entrances, and I'm like, what if you solidify and you actually slap me? Like, fuck you. Like, I don't know. Understandable, you know. I totally
it's more the
got
insurance than anything else.
Yeah, but so it's like, oh, I'll make a sign, right? You know, fuck shit.
Yeah.
And I'll get behind it. But personally, I'm like, well, shit. If everything he's saying is true, it's like, does Shepard have a point? And I don't know. I like the way you guys are telling stories, and I keep saying it to him, and I always run out of words because I don't know what I'm saying. But it's like, fuck. It's like, I love it. I love what you guys are doing. I love the way that you tell these stories because, like, it's making me think, and I don't think.
Well, that's the thing is, with wrestling, as I've said to multiple people, you need to have a storyline. I've got a storyline for 5 years for 211. Because that's the thing is, you have to. That's what not a lot of people in wrestling do. They don't think about the future, and they don't think about what they want their character to be at a certain time. But they don't solidify stuff back then. They don't do stuff that can involve a storyline. They can't do, like, every match doesn't need to have a story behind it. It's just two people fighting. They have good guy, bad guy, done. But once you start putting little snippets of things, people go, I remember the match, you kicked his fucking up. Now I understand why he's doing this. But at that point, there was no reason for that match. God damn, this is some good cola. Keeps coming back at me. But having a character and having a storyline with that and bringing back old stuff, I think that gets people to think, and it actually gets people to appreciate wrestling a few years back. And I think that's what I love about it.
Well, I think the thing that affected me the most, and it's like, oh shit, like how Shep was like, you've turned on every single one of your partners to Red, and then it was like, well shit, I mean, yeah, he's jumping ahead of the bullet, like he's firing the trigger before he can, like I whoa, and I don't know how true this is, but Shep has told me there are some other plans to come outside, which cool, whatever. I'm not going to disclose that. It's his business. So fucking makes sense. I don't know. I like it. I like what you guys do. I fuck with it. Let's. I'm running out of things to say. What's happening here?
That was the debut of SP.
That was the debut of SP?
That was the debut. So
in the wrestling sense or the Twitch sense? Or
the
both?
wrestling sense.
Wrestling sense?
So, goddamn, I remember that Uru stuff. So that was, you had my grandmother's chain, which became iconic. So the reason it got called my grandmother's chain is because I wanted to break Samson. I had a match with him. And the ref pulled out a chain. I'm like, no, don't take that one. That's my grandmother's chain. She left that to me. And that's the only thing she left me. Mind you, my grandma was alive at this point. So me doing that, it's just like, no, that's my grandmother's chain. And everyone fucking loved it. They're like, that's your grandmother's chain. I'm like, okay, I guess. So that was the start of SP. Because at one point I tagged with Redfield. And that was when I came back from COVID. And I've left, lost the tag titles. And then there was nothing from 211, and then Red got jumped, and I helped stop that, and I generally thought I wasn't getting any reaction. I'm like, oh, people are, because I didn't have the same music, so I walked out, and the crowd went nuts. So when I tagged with him, then I helped Shep out, and this is the night that all three of us tagged, and that's when the start of SP as in wrestling started, and that was a fantastic night, and that was at the other Adrenaline venue, the old one. I missed that one. That was a good venue.
Was that the one where that deathmatch happened? Yeah,
that was a good venue.
Personally, I think I preferred that over this new one, but I like the new one. I like what you guys are doing. I fuck with it all. But I think space-wise, I really enjoy it.
We 100% missed the other one. We understand why the owner of the place wanted to get rid of it, so that was understandable why they had to leave. But yeah, it sucks.
And then I was also told, this one I don't have a question, but I was told to show you this. And just, what's happening here? Who's man? Who is that?
So, okay, I'm trying to figure out who the fuck's...
I got two more after this.
So, I think that was a match. It was a tag, a 6-man tag. Oh no, it was a tag match, yeah. And we did this match, which I think I still remember it. And Shep was pinned the guy, and I didn't know what to do. I'm like, because I was saying, if you see me pose for a camera, it's because I don't know what the fuck to do. So I'm like,
yeah,
that's always been the thing. But look, that was when Red was the breakout champion, which Shep's whole thing of one match run, which.
Did it really only last one match, his breakout championship?
He defended it once before. I think so. He had a match with Law, which was a fantastic match. So those two are amazing, work at each other. And then Red lost his breakout title, I think, the next time he defended because he had a back injury.
Oh.
It sucked.
Speaking about titles.
Yes.
You're the Openweight Championship shiny thing holder.
Yep.
What other shiny things have you held in the past?
The only other shiny thing I've held is the APW tag titles, which I was longest reigning and the most defenses champion.
Yeah. Wait, was?
I held the tag titles for 2 years.
But does that record still stand?
Yep.
Oh, okay, good. So the past tense in was, I was just like, shit, like, has that been taken over?
No champion has held it longer than us, but...
Get shit on, Shep and Red. Can't fucking beat the main man himself. Get fucked.
Yeah, we defended it more times than any other tag team, and we held it for long. Which we held it longer because it was during COVID. But I still can't. I think we went 1 year, 11 months, and I think we were a week off being 2 years, like just a week off.
Damn.
And we're like, can we? And they're like, no, you're losing it. I'm like, it sucks. And we told them why. They're like, oh fuck, I wish we pulled the show back a week. I'm like, exactly. So I still count it.
All right, I got 2 more photos and a couple more questions for you.
Hell yeah.
So now I'm questioning how old you are in this one due to the age in the last one. Now, you've already given me an insight in this as soon as I got here. Made me fucking whack him over the head with a metal rod while he was wearing some fucking armor. Now, this one, you're not wearing armor, but what is written on this? Do you know what's written on that? And what's happening here?
So it says your health goes bye-bye.
I love that.
So that was when I did LARP. So I was... Okay, how old do you think I was?
Oh, fuck.
going off the last photo, looking at that, everything you've shown me, everything you told me so far, how old do I think you were? If you want my first, I would have said maybe 15 tops, but I'm going to say, I don't know, let's say 20.
About 18, 19.
Oh, okay. So it's a healthy middle.
So yeah, that was my LARP gear. So I used to do bow. I used to be an archer, and the thing was the arrows were that big because they were essentially like a stress ball at the end of it, and so many people used to take them because everyone bought the exact same arrows. So it was very much like even if you marked it, people just go move the electrical tape and then get rid of it.
Yeah.
So you used to write stuff on it, and I'm like, well, what would be funnier than write your health went bye-bye, because they see this thing get shot up and they goes, your health went dunk. So yeah, that was the photo shoot we did because my mum got it for free. So my mum wanted me to wear my LARPing gear at a photo shoot. Remember, it was awkward as fuck because I'm sitting there with this arrow and this person with a camera. I'm like, if I let go, that camera's fucked. So I'm sitting there going,
smile, hold, smile, hold.
That's like the face I'm pulling is move, 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 move.
So LARPing.
Yeah. It was
so the real question is, who is that then?
Sam. There wasn't really a character.
You didn't
for
have
that.
a character
That was just
behind
me.
it?
But when I was further down, I've got, which I think if you've gone through all of it, you'll see me in a skull mask and bone, like a skull mask with black suit of armor.
Maybe.
That was
I was going to ask for permission post this, but obviously we aren't friends on Facebook, so I don't know if there's a limited amount of photos that you've got public or not. So I didn't have.
Really. I think that there should be. Which if hopefully they're managing it, I'll send them a photo of me in a suit of armor.
Yeah.
That was the only character, which was the Death Knight. That was the only real character I had, and he was burnt at the stake by the Order, which the gear I was wearing was Order, and one quest I actually got burnt at the stake because I camped with somebody else, and so they literally tied me to a stake and everything.
Did they burn you?
No, they gave me.
Thank
They
God.
they took my Rocky Road. So I made Rocky Road.
That was burning you. Was right. Instead of actually setting you on fire, give me your Rocky Road.
Yep, 100%. Because they
Rude.
Well, the thing is, the quest before I made Rocky Road, and the whole group had it, and they camped in another group because I was representing the other group I was a part of because there was 2 LARP groups at that time, and they hated me. That going like, "Where's that Rocky Road?" And I'm like, "I'll make you something." So they saw me, they kidnapped me. Like, they literally tied me up and dragged me to their camp while one handled the Rocky Road. The other 2 tied me up and walked me to the camp, tied me to the stake. Mind you, I was pissing myself laughing the whole time as they're standing around like, you're done for treason, but we will take this as payment. And it's just the thing of Rocky Road.
Got it.
So that was the only real character. And that's when I actually started bringing voices into characters. Because with that Death Knight, which hopefully the photo might be up, I used to talk like this.
Holy shit, my guy.
The main reason why I used to talk like this, especially, you got Venom, you go, hello, Eddie. Damn it, Eddie. When I used to talk like this. With the Bowmaster, the jaw used to move. Oh. And that was the only time I actually started putting voices to characters. And that's when I really started getting into being a character and building a storyline behind it and did all the type of stuff. And I remember one order member just got pissy at me because he's like, oh, why does everyone make the Order out to be the bad guys in every single time? I'm like, I've literally got photo evidence of you guys burning me at the stake, burning my character, killing me, and they've just gone, no, you got legit reasons why you're this person. Because I got burnt at the stake, the undead came into our camp and saw me at the stake and then going, he still has hate in his heart, we might need this. It seems like he was a great warrior and they've turned their backs on him. And they've just put me in a black suit of armor, and I used to be their knight because I was one of their top sword fighters.
Fuck yeah.
I used to train the rookies and everything. The best part is me and my mate went back to training like
I've heard. Yeah, you can tell it again.
went back to training like a few years ago, and we had to do newbie training. Mind you, the 3 people that were training, they're like, okay, this is what... I'm in the back going... Because I never told people I was turning up. I just signed up, and they've just gone, fuck, that name looks familiar. So I did new train, and they've just gone, you're going to do new train? Yep, you have to give me the newbie hit points and everything, because with newbies, you got full hit points. You didn't have to wear a suit of armor or anything. So I got full, like, 20 points of hit points. Didn't have to wear a suit of armor. Got a massive shield and a foam sword, and I'm like, let's fucking do this shit. And they've just gone, like, okay, we're going to practice swings. And they literally put me and my mate to the side going, you stand here. I'm like, come on, I might not know how to use a sword. It's like, you motherfucker, you train most of the people. Shut the fuck up. I'm like...
Yeah, see, I heard that one on Standardized Paradox. I liked that. Before I show you the last photo, because you mentioned it beforehand, have you ever done any professional voice acting or wanted to step into that field? Because you are pulling out voices left, right, and center, and some of them are absolutely fucking amazing. Like 10 out of 10, my guy.
I've always wanted to do voice acting. The amount of people harass me to do voice acting, but I've never really got the chance to do it. I've always thought about doing like content that involved my characters, because you got like, you got the Dumbledore, the greatest wizard of all time. Fuck that Dumbledore looking prick. He got, done by because a person had fucking attitude and got into his castle. That right there, piss weak. Yeah, it's not his fault. He was dealing with a boy that, pissed off somebody else because he lost a game of I've got your nose. Legit. That's the only reason I got my apprentice to watch Harry Potter. It said, you look at Voldemort, all you have to think about is that prick lost, I've got your nose. That's the reason he got pissy about it. But as I say, I've always loved doing voices. Like, you say, you got, Dumbledore, you got Cowboy Sam. Know why this came about, but, it just happened. But I think doing voices has always been... I've always found it fascinating how you can move your voice around to, like, start sounding like other people. Like, one of my favorite ones to do is Gandalf going like, we must reach the Shire. And then you got like Beetlejuice and all that type of stuff going like, Sam Worps, I hate him myself. But one of my goals is to actually do voice acting, but not knowing what to start off with and actually get into it has just been...
I still, and I will back this since I said it in your stream the other day, you create an animated series, you call it Little Inmate, right? It's just...
Sounds like it's talking about my penis. Come here, little inmate.
Hey, you take it in whatever direction you want, as long as there is a little inmate in it, I'm here.
I actually wrote down like a little script on the Tales of Dumbledore, and it was supposed to bring out a D&D type of storyline where people quest to find Dumbledore and the different voices. So you meet 211 as a barbarian, you meet Cowboy Sam as a
hell yes,
and they all look at each other going, who the fuck are you? I don't know, they brought food. What the fuck is going on here? Damn fucking people trying to get me to do shit. I'm a powerful wizard, I don't need this shit. Ooh, hot pockets.
Do it. What do you need to have this be done?
The thing is, I have all these ideas, it's just trying to get it moving. That's always been my problem. Like I said, I've wanted to do which I still might be able to do, is a YouTube series about playing Ark and all that, but involved me and Dumbledore knowing everything to do about Ark. So hopefully I'm going to hopefully start filming that soon. It's just I had to get everything ready, but I'm like, I kind of want to do this because I want to do YouTube and everything. It's just, I say, with time, we got work, wrestling, streaming, trying to nap. Now a child that has 4 legs, which I think is asleep now.
Probably not barking anymore. No, I feel that it's not necessarily... Well, I've got ideas that I've been sitting on for years. It's just getting time with the actors that like played them in previous versions, and I'd like to use the same people. My biggest problem I run into now is I just can't come up with new ideas. I don't know. I find myself with mad writer's block constantly. That's why I like streaming, because I sit down with a game and then, whatever comes off the cuff, as long as it's not controversial. As long as I'm not dropping N-bombs.
You sit there essentially holding your fucking head because like, I want to say something going, oh, damn, that would get me cancelled.
I mean, look, sometimes, a lot of time I don't necessarily have that problem. Like, I don't know, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm not overly PC. But you know,
PC, bruh.
I just try to be respectful to people as
I was
whatever.
like,
but yeah,
you gotta love everybody. But as I say, there's amount of times you want to say something, you're like, oh, that could get taken out of the context so easily. Like, that's why if you
literally last night, finished It Takes Two with Alana, and it's just like, oh, you know, there was no one else I would have loved to play this game with, even though I want to punch you in the mouth, and I was like, shit. That shouldn't have said that. That's someone's gonna take that out of context. Like fucking and I tried to recover. It's like fuck it, you know what? I'll just let it be. Love her to death. Would never actually lay my hands on. He's just like, you know, fucking. I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
That's the thing, is people can take stuff out of context so easily, and you go, if you read the full thing, you wouldn't think it's like, yeah, but that one comment you said, it's like. But you take anything out of context, it always sounds worse than it actually is.
And personal jokes as well, like because that is mine and Alana's humor, is that kind of a thing, very dark.
Her being very sus.
Yeah, her being very, very sus.
I still say she cheated on the tug of war. I'm just saying, I tuned in
as the
tug of war happened. Go, still pretty sus,
dude. I'm there. Fucking
like bringing
bullshit.
out his like it could be worse. It could be like in Nintendo 64 when you get the controller.
Yeah, that's what
Why does the ladies love you? I used to play Nintendo 64.
I got this special rolling technique for when I play Tetris. Hell yeah, buddy.
Yeah, boy.
So, you got these voices. They're insane. And another thing about you that is absolutely insane is the love for DIY. I mean... Everything that I've seen that you've come out, ring gear and the shirts, the merchandise for SP, that's all you. Like, and is it just that, you know, I can't read, I might as well be a manual labor guy, fucking.
So, I think manual labor's always been my blood. Like, I'm a third generation diesel mechanic in garbage. Like, not a lot of people can say they've been the third generation. Like, but my dad has always taught me how to do stuff myself. Like, me and him renovated my parents' house, like built walls. One of my favorite moments is doing the Kool-Aid Man and actually run through a wall.
Hell yeah.
And when best part is I had my brother go, no, and I run in, oh yeah. Full on Kool-Aid Man, that shit. But the thing is, the way my brain works is very much I can do it myself if I have given myself some time. And like making t-shirts, I'm like, cool, what do I need? Okay, you need a heat press, you need this. Okay, well, let's have a look at heat press. Okay, look, I found the heat press I've got, which was on sale, which was the biggest one you can get. I'm going to modify the fuck out of it because it's shit, because you burn yourself because you have to like place it in and the thing's right above here. You go, ow, ow, ow. But like my wrestling jacket, which is right there, I've never done sewing a day in my life. I went out and bought a sewing machine and bought the materials and everything. And the person that, when I bought it all, they've gone, oh, so is this for your little girl? And I'm like, nah, it's for me. They're like, what's it for? I'm like, I'm making a stray jacket for a wrestling show. And they've gone, heads at what? Mind you, we were in Spotlight at the time. It was me and these two other people, a girl, a mother and a daughter. No one will fucking help you at Spotlight, especially if you're a guy. They just look at you and go, the fuck are you doing, Gary? And I'm just like, wanting to buy a sewing machine. And I had to pull someone aside and go like, hey, look, trying to buy a sewing machine and no one's really helping me. And they're like, someone will be over in a minute. I'm like, thank you. So I walked out. They're like, what do you want? I'm looking at this one. They're like, don't buy that one. No, what are you doing? I'm like, making a stray jacket. What are you using? Vinyl. You want that one? Heavy duty. I'm like, nice.
Hell yeah.
And the person next to me going, you're making a what? I'm like, a stray jacket for a wrestling show. Showed on my Instagram going like, this is me. And the girl goes to her daughter, this is him. I'm like, I know. Yeah. And they're just like, oh, that's so cool. I'm like, yeah, look, it's going to light up and all that, which you've seen so many people get so shocked going, wait, it lights up. I'm like, well, the reason I made it light up is because I got so pissed off at wrestling promotions at not having UV lights. So I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to bring my own.
And is that the lights that are in the hood?
They're UV ultraviolet LEDs, which I've got a diffuser, which I'm trying to buy diffuser fabric. it's cheaper to buy a diffuser from Amazon that goes over your light than it is to buy the material from Spotlight.
Fuck.
Costs you $10 for a massive sheet of it. Costs you like 30 or 40 to get 1 meter.
Jesus.
Amazon, 10 out of 10.
I'm a big Amazon man.
But
Jeff Bezos, sponsor me, please. Daddy Bezos. I've almost got the same hairline.
it's not the wallet.
Nowhere near the wallet.
But like, I love learning how stuff is made and how to make it. Like making the jacket, I even had seamstress go, "Oh, so who'd you take this to?" I'm like, "I made it myself." And they're like, "Oh, so how long have you been sewing for?" I'm like, 2 days. And they've just gone, "Oh, how long did this take you?" 2 days. They're going, "So you?" I had no clue what the fuck I was doing. I just winged it because I find the best way to learn is to be hands-on. Mm-hmm. Like I know that's how some people learn. Like for me, I've always been hands-on, and I watched so many YouTube tutorials. Which same thing music when I did drumming, I couldn't look at sheet music. I looked at it and go,
"Yeah,
what lovely little trees." But I watch a YouTube tutorial and the person, literally, I can watch someone play and go, "Okay," and then start playing, and they're just going, "You didn't even look at the sheet music." "Oh, I saw how he did it. I can do it." As soon as I saw someone do it, I go, "I've got it," and then I start doing it. So I just watch someone how to sew, and I'm like, "Okay, don't put my fingers near the thing. I'll be right."
Yeah, look, obviously I'm not jumping into things like you that are involving sewing and stuff, but like building keyboards, right? Instead of like trying to learn what pieces, it was just watching a bunch of YouTube. It's like, okay, I could do that, so I went and did that. Like fucking, I get that. The hands-on, jumping in there, not like piss farting around, just actually trying it. Yeah, I support that fully.
That's the thing is, I think this new generation don't really get into that type of stuff, which upsets me. Because I have 2 apprentices and they didn't even hold a spanner before they started. And when I was a kid, I used to have a go-kart frame. I tried to take it apart because it was rusted together. I put a whippersnipper motor on a scooter because I thought it'd be funny.
God damn. Hell yeah.
It was weighted to one side. It was shit. It was like... had to put like metal plates underneath so it skipped that and not the motor. But I used to tinker with stuff. I used to take stuff apart, put them back together, and that was always my thing. Like, I remember as a kid, one of my mate's dads, he was pulling together a pool vacuum or anything to like clean the pool, and he's staring at these controllers. I'm like, "Oh, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there." And he goes, "You haven't read the instructions, have you?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, I can't read." I just look at it and just put it together for him and just walked off. And he goes, "You fucking asshole, I've been sitting here for a fucking hour and you just made it work." But that's how my brain works. I can see something and go, "That's how it's put together." Done. And just go off of that type of stuff. And I think that's what sets me apart with most other people with dyslexia. It helps, especially with wrestling and everything, getting to break stuff down and go, "This is why they did it. This is how you do it. This is how I could do it." And like with my streaming room, I did the painting, organized everything, did all the wiring thing. And with PCs, I love building PCs. Oh. It's like big Lego, and I'm like, it's expensive. Lego's fucking expensive, so it's about the fucking same. Like my dream now, I've built one of my dream PCs. I now want to take that PC and put it in a server and build
another PC.
You put 2 PCs together in a server and actually have underneath storage and everything for YouTube and
hell yeah.
Because I've seen so many people doing little servers. I'm like, fuck,
dude. As soon as I upgrade my PC and then my current PC becomes Lady Trash's new PC and I get my old PC back, that's gonna become either like a media server or a fucking Minecraft server that will run 24/7, like, or possibly even a streaming computer where I'll run the stream itself off one computer and do all the gaming on the other.
That's
computer.
what I want to do with this one. I kind of want to build a PC just for streaming, so all it does is that it doesn't need a game, doesn't need anything. It's like it just cool, all it's
OBS.
Yeah, so it's like that's all you're fucking good for. It's like, what do you do? I stream the server. Yep, that's all you do. Oh god. But that's what I love to do, because I say I love building PCs, and one of my things I would love to do a water cooled system, but the amount of
me with that, I wouldn't be able to handle it.
I knew one guy, he did a water cooled PC and he used truck coolant. That thing never went above 60 degrees.
Damn.
Like, he used top of the range Volvo trucks are expensive as fuck. He took some coolant from one of those, brand new coolant. He goes, that thing never run above 60. I'm like, how hot did you get? He goes, I fucking overclocked the shit out of it. Never moved past 60. Because that truck coolant is rated to like, 100 and something degrees. So this coolant just plodded along, and it's just like, never discolored, never do anything, because it's not even at half its fucking capacity. It's just like, fuck you.
Jesus Christ. Now, you mentioned a go-kart. So, I needed to ask about Mario Kart noises in the hospital.
Okay. So.
Please elaborate.
Okay. So this is... I had a match with J2, which is Jason the Crusher Cole and Josh Redfield versus me and the big guy. It was for a number 1 contendership for our tag titles, and it was going to lead into Shep doing a feud with J2. Redfield did a springboard DDT, so he jumped off the second rope and gave me a DDT. My shoulder popped out.
So that directly correlates with the time Red popped his shoulder out?
Yes.
Okay.
So I popped my shoulder out. So it's all leading into once, right?
Okay, yeah, sorry.
So my shoulder popped out. He pinned me, which the best part was, he's pinned me. I was supposed to kick out. I was like 1, 2, 3, and Red's gone, the fuck? I looked at the ref. I'm like, I kicked out. I'm like, my shoulders popped out. You fucking stupid ref. You don't know how to fucking get me the fuck out of here. Because when it popped out, I'm like, that doesn't feel good. And I moved my arm like this, and I felt the bone go, and I'm like, and I felt so bad for Redfield because you could see he's nearly having a mental breakdown in the middle of the ring. And Crusher saw that and he goes, oh, come on, dude, we won. We're number 1 contender. And he's going off, like, he's jumping around and all that. We get backstage, and they're going, we have to go take it to hospital. We have to get it put back in. And before I went to hospital, I see Redfield in the corner almost crying, like he's just come back from wrestling and he's injured one of his mates. And I just went up to him like, you're right, dude? Is everything all right? And he's like, why are you checking on me? I'm like, dude, it's perfectly fine. I'm just going to go to hospital and pop this back in. I want to make sure it's not your fault. My arm slipped. It's not your fault. I just want to make sure you're all right before I leave, okay? You're all good?
Hell.
And he's looking going, motherfucker, you're the one with your arm fucking popped out. And I'm like...
I mean, at what point... Like that's part of the job, isn't it? You run those risks.
That's the thing is, I didn't feel it.
Nah,
I couldn't. It did not hurt until I got to hospital. So we got to hospital. Mind you, I'm in full face paint and gear at this time. I didn't get changed. And 47 ripped off the sleeve of one of his gear to put it as a makeshift sling. Which, so if you look at the photos, you'll see 47 have a sleeve and one just has one sleeve and one not. That's the reason why. One of them. So we got into hospital. My mate Crusher did and goes, look, he's a really nice guy. He might look scary, but he's a really nice guy. And they've gone, sir, this is Frankston Hospital. We've seen a lot of things. I've walked in and they've gone, I haven't seen that before. And I'm like, hi, how are you? And they've gone, what happened? Popped my shoulder out. At a kid's party? Nah, wrestling. Mind you, there was me, Crusher, Jason Crash, and Danny, my wife. So we're in the waiting room, and apparently I was making people feel uncomfortable because apparently looking like a fucking clown just going. Mm-hmm. So I'm just sitting there just minding my business going, how does it feel like? Move my head. Because I sit there going, does it still feel weird? Yep. The best part was Crash and Crusher were essentially doing a pissing contest going, oh, my knees are fucked. And Crash's like, no, my knees are fucked and everything. And I'm like, yippee for you. They're going, we really can't do a pissing contest when we're in a hospital for this guy. I'm like, yep. So shut the fuck up. So I got moved in the back. And the doctor goes, look, we have to get x-rays and everything. So got x-rays. And the person goes, hi, I'm here to do your... I'm like, hi, how are you? So I did the x-rays, go, yep, it's definitely popped out. I'm like, could have fucking told you that. So they put me under, and all I remember is me falling asleep, and then grab my arm, there, and I woke up. And I had this cool sling, and I'm like, nice! So they're like, we have to scan it. I'm like, mind you, I'm high on fucking drugs at this point. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, let's go. How am I gonna win? So they're pushing me through this hospital, going like... So Crash is talking to my parents and Danny at the time, going like, oh, hopefully he's fine. and all you hear in the hospital is going like, "Wah, how am I gonna win? Let's go! Fuck you!" And the best part is, kids are looking at me. I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?" I'm like, "Let's go! Yeah, wow, 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 wow." Look at another kid. So I went around Frankston Hospital to pretending I was my own little Mario Kart, kind of like my own little Mario Kart racing fucking thing. Just in my head, I'm like, "You know, it'd be funny if I did this." And go, "Let's go!" And the best, the person opened the door and it's like, "Oh, you're back." I'm like, "Wah." And the person just gone, "Oh fuck, it's been a long night." I'm like, "You're telling me." The best part of this is a little bonus one for you. We got put back, and I'm sitting there, slinging the arm, going. Crash looked at me dead in the eye, goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "If I get chicken nuggets on the way home, I can put my dipping sauce here. Fucking perfect height." And he just,
That's a high IQ.
And he just goes, "You're really thinking about chicken nuggets?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I am." I sent him a photo of me in bed holding chicken nuggies, going, dipping sauce. And he goes, "You fucking asshole."
Hell yeah. That's a high IQ fucking move right there.
No, that's someone that's high as fuck going, "I can get chicken nuggies after this."
High IQ. High as fuck. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad. What's happening here? Can you tell me about this photo?
Oh, that's the buffet. So,
Why'd you say it like the buffet?
the buffet, I will say, if you ever guys go to Queensland or the Gold Coast, go to the Golden Star buffet or Golden Star Casino. There's a buffet there. Or the buffet. Oh, mate, you'll be rolling out of there. You'll be like, keep rolling and rolling, rolling. So I said to the guys, I'm like, "Look, when we go to Queensland, we're going to go to the buffet." And this was I think this is the first time we went up when we were as a group. It might have been the second time. Anyway, I was determined to go to this fucking buffet. I'm like, the buffet closes this time. We've got an hour. We've got this shit. And they're like, "Oh, we'll do another." No, fucking no. We're going to the fucking buffet. And we're fucking doing it. Because Redfield's never been to a buffet before. And I'm like, "You're going to fucking love this shit."
What?
It's fine. I popped his buffet virginity. It's great. He kept eye contact and everything. Ooh. Don't worry, I did the same thing with his roller coaster. Never been on a roller coaster. I made him go on roller coasters. So we got to the buffet. I paid for them. I'm like, "Yep, let's go in there." And the best part is Redfield goes, okay, he's had his first plate. He goes, "Okay, what do I do now?" I'm like, "Oh," he grabs his plate. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, I'm going to go get seconds." I'm like, "Leave your plate there. Go grab another one." And he's like, "But that's just wasting." I'm like, "Watch this. Put your plate to the side." He's like, "Okay, look, it's already fucking gone." I'm like, "Told you." I'm like, "You think they don't have hundreds of fucking plates in front of it because of that reason? They don't want to make sure you mix food. It's like, if you want pasta, okay, next you want pizza. Oh, you want fish. You want this." And like, they just... That's the thing of a buffet.
That's their system.
Because he's never been to a buffet. But I also took my mate Draven, which he's... Like, my dad met him and he's gone, "Fuck." Like, he's a big boy. It's Draven. Fantastic guy. Biggest fucking softie ever met. We walked into buffet and they've just gone, "Fuck, we're going to go out of business." Because you look at the size of him and he's just gone, "I haven't really gone to a buffet." And he just goes, "I love this place." Because it's a high-end buffet. It's like, I think it's $60 a person. But
Jesus.
Trust me, you get your $60 worth of food.
I don't doubt it, but Jesus.
But like, I think in that time we also got a beer tower as well. We got with the Draven one, we bought 3 beer towers. It was great.
I know I had to crop a couple of these photos to get them onto the I deleted all the photos, shit, just to make room on my phone. But I know I had to crop a couple of these photos to get them onto the actual photo paper. And I feel like there was a beer tower in the photo.
Yeah, so that would have been, I think that would have been all of us. So you had me, Redfield, Shep, Draven, and Bo, and there was 3 beer towers, and we got through them all. There was one CC and Dry, I think one was a beer, and I think something. Yeah, we got through them all.
Fuck.
And we were fucked. It was great, but it got to the point of the buffets we found were actually good to talk about the channels, but talk about what we can do to build our channel, doing all that type of stuff. Because I said to him, good ideas come from a buffet, and they've gone, oh, bullshit. Got halfway through, and they're like, fuck, this is some good ideas. I'm like, no shit, the food helps. Buffets are amazing. The ones in America are shit. The ones in Australia, not bad.
What was was it like a specific kind of food, this buffet, or was it like a mixture of everything? It was a mixture of
everything, but they had monthly specials. So I think this one was English food. So they had a roast, gravy, veggies, and all. But they have like pizzas, pastas, seafood, which only time I ever eat seafood, which is crab legs, is at this buffet. Because I'm not really a big seafood guy. Like, I hate seafood, but like even when I'm in Japan, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in Japan, I'll give it a shot. So I tried sushi and everything.
I can't do sushi, not proper sushi.
Oh no, this stuff was, is some good shit.
Stuck around the chair leg. That's all my photos. I only printed off a few, but I think we have safely figured out that that's the point. That was the first question of the podcast.
Well, the tip of something, yep.
No, what was the point? You said, or what's the point? You said it's the tip. Well, this is the point. Buffets are the point.
Buffets. If you ever want a good idea, go to a buffet.
On fucking God. Now, I've spent so much time keeping you from your brand new son, so I think this is a good place. I don't know. I'll tell you what, if we haven't hit an hour, I'm going to be dumbfounded. I've been Enigma Trash. You've been absolutely wonderful. You've been in 5 seconds, 5 minutes of the entire gosh darn time. And I'd like to thank you once again, Sam, for joining me today. Letting me drive 3 hours and invade your home, especially when you've just got this brand new 4-legged son. Just big appreciation. Make sure you follow Inmate Gaming on Twitch. You come to the Adrenaline Pro Wrestling shows, the Alpha Pro Wrestling shows. If you're in Queensland, Nightfall Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah? Yep. I just making sure I'm getting it all right.
Yep.
If you follow him on Twitch or StandardizedParadox on Twitch as well, you will probably see me in the chat somewhere, either the 20 minutes between when he goes live and I go live 9 times out of 10, or whenever I'm not streaming and chilling out in the Standardized Paradox chat. Is there anything else you would like to plug that I haven't just done for you?
Just make sure you hashtag support your local wrestlers with Redfield chat.
I keep forgetting that's a thing. And I feel
it's a great thing. Always got to hashtag support your local wrestlers.
As a wise man once said.
Nice.
Peace.